In this special video, I'm going to reveal the biggest psychological secrets about people. You will be amazed by the latest discoveries. Did you know that your brain can be your best ally or your worst enemy? It all depends on how you use it. Imagine being able to read people like an open book, or better yet, influence your own thoughts to achieve your goals. We're not talking about magic, but pure and simple science. On this journey through human psychology, we'll discover how our mind really works, from the hidden power of a simple smile to the paradox of thinking about someone too much. Before we start, if you find value in these videos, please subscribe and click the bell to stay updated. Let's begin. Psychological fact number 1. Did you know that people see you as 20% more attractive than you see yourself? That's right. Psychological studies have shown that we tend to underestimate our own appearance. But don't worry, this is actually good news. The first surprising psychological fact is this: your perception of yourself is more critical than the perception of others. Imagine this: you're in a meeting and meet someone who radiates confidence and security, even without meeting traditional beauty standards. This happens because true attractiveness doesn't just come from what we see in the mirror, but from how we present ourselves to the world. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not things that disturb us, but our judgment about them." Applying this to our self-image, we could say that it's not our appearance that determines our attractiveness, but our perception and attitude towards it. But how can we use this information to improve our lives? Here are some practical tips. First, practice self-acceptance. Instead of worrying about your flaws, focus on your unique qualities. As Marcus Aurelius would say, accept yourself as you are. Second, cultivate inner confidence. True confidence comes from within. Work on your skills and knowledge, and you will see your security naturally increase. Third, pay attention to your posture. Keep your head up and your shoulders back. Good posture not only makes you look more confident, but also makes you feel more secure. Fourth, practice gratitude. Be thankful for what you have instead of lamenting what you lack. This stoic attitude can completely transform your perspective. Now, we're not saying you should completely ignore your appearance. Taking care of yourself is important, but remember that it's just part of the equation. As psychologist Carl Rogers would say, the curious paradox is that when I accept myself as I am, then I can change. So, friends, true attractiveness goes far beyond what we see in the mirror. It's a combination of self-confidence, a positive attitude, and self-acceptance. So, the next time you look in the mirror, remember, you are 20% more attractive than you think, and that's just the beginning. Psychological fact number 2. Have you ever wondered how a simple smile can brighten your day? Get ready, because we're about to discover the hidden power behind this simple yet powerful gesture. Imagine this: you're walking down the street, absorbed in your thoughts, when suddenly someone smiles at you. What happens? Without realizing it, you smile too. But why does this happen? The answer lies in the fascinating work of Dr. Paul Ekman, a pioneer in the study of facial expressions. Ekman discovered that facial expressions not only communicate emotions, but can also influence our mood. It's as if our brain says, "Hey, we're smiling, so we must be happy." Incredible, isn't it? But don't just take my word for it. I propose a home experiment for you to see the effect of smiling for yourself. It's simple. For the next 5 minutes, smile. It doesn't matter if you feel happy or not, just keep that smile on your face. Do you notice any change in your mood? It's very likely that you do. And it's not magic, it's science. When we smile, our brain releases a combination of neurotransmitters like dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin. These natural chemicals make us feel happier and more relaxed. It's like a mini spa for your brain, all thanks to moving a few facial muscles. But it doesn't stop there. Smiling also has a contagious effect. When you smile at someone, it's very likely that person will smile back at you. It's like starting a chain of good mood. Can you imagine what the world would be like if everyone smiled a little more? Now, we're not saying you should walk around with a permanent smile like an emoji. The idea is to be aware of the power of this simple gesture and use it to your advantage. Have a job interview? Smile before going in. Feeling a bit down? Try smiling in front of the mirror. And the best part, smiling is totally free and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't need a prescription or a premium subscription. It's your personal superpower, ready to be used at any time. So the next time you find yourself in a difficult situation or just want to improve your day, remember the hidden power of a smile. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus would say, happiness depends on ourselves, and sometimes that happiness can start with a simple smile. Psychological fact number 3. Have you ever wondered why we often miss the memories of someone more than the actual person? It's as if our mind plays with the best moments of the past. This curious psychological phenomenon is as common as it is intriguing. We tend to idealize happy moments and easily forget the reasons why a relationship ended. Imagine this: you're listening to your favorite song and suddenly you're transported to an unforgettable summer or your first love. Sounds familiar? This is what psychologists call emotional anchoring. It's the deep connection between an external stimulus, like a melody, and your emotional state at that specific moment. But music isn't the only thing with this magical power. Scents can also evoke vivid memories. Have you ever smelled something that took you back to your childhood in a heartbeat? Maybe the smell of freshly baked cookies instantly transports you to your grandmother's kitchen. These olfactory anchors are so powerful that they demonstrate how our emotions are closely connected to our senses. Now you might be wondering what all this has to do with the way we value memories compared to real people. It turns out that these emotional anchors can influence our decisions more than we think. Nostalgia can lead us to want to reconnect with someone from the past without really considering why that relationship is no longer part of our life. Understanding these psychological mechanisms can be crucial for our emotional well-being. It helps us distinguish between idealized memories and reality, allowing us to make more conscious decisions about our current and future relationships. But beware, we're not saying you should discard all your happy memories. On the contrary, these memories can be a valuable source of learning and personal growth. The key is to maintain a balanced perspective, appreciating the good moments of the past without getting stuck in an idealized version that no longer exists. And what about those songs or scents that transport you to the past? Don't avoid them. Use them as a tool to reflect on your personal growth. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? How did it help me become who I am today? Basically, our memories are like a mental photo album, full of moments captured in their best light. It's okay to appreciate them, but remember that real life is much richer and more complex than a simple image frozen in time. Psychological fact number 4. Have you ever wondered how something as simple as your clothes can influence your mind and how others perceive you? Get ready, because we're about to uncover the fascinating world of psychology behind your wardrobe. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, open your closet, and are greeted by a sea of colors and styles. Did you know that the choice you make at that moment can determine not only how you'll be seen, but also how you'll feel throughout the day? It's as if your clothes are a kind of magical potion for your mood. In the United States, there's a famous piece of advice: dress for success. And it's not just a popular saying, it's backed by science. Studies show that the colors and styles we choose can have a direct impact on our emotional well-being. For instance, people who feel sad or down tend to prefer darker shades, while those full of energy opt for vibrant and striking colors. But wait, there's more. Your choice of clothes not only affects how you feel, but also how others perceive you. It's as if your clothes are a silent language communicating your mood to the world. Now you might be wondering, why do you always see me dressed in white? It's not just because I like looking like a dove of wisdom. It's a strategic choice to radiate light and purity. However, we're not saying you should throw out all your dark clothes. The key is to be aware of the power of your attire and use it to your advantage. Have an important job interview. Choose colors that make you feel confident. Need an energy boost? Go for vibrant shades. Before moving on to the 5th psychological fact, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel, activating the bell so you don't miss future videos. And if you enjoy this type of content as much as I do, comment "Love Wisdom." Let's keep learning together and improving our lives. Psychological fact. Number 5. Have you ever felt like someone is constantly on your mind? It's as if you're a stage and this person is the main star. Don't worry, my friend. This phenomenon is more common than you might think and has deep roots in our psychology. Imagine your brain as a movie theater, sometimes a film, or in this case a person, stays on the marquee longer than expected. But what does it really mean when someone won't leave your mind? According to renowned psychologist Carl Jung, it may indicate that this person represents something important in your unconscious. It's not that you're obsessed, well, maybe a little, but your mind is trying to tell you something. Perhaps this person has qualities you secretly admire or represents something missing in your life. However, be careful. Not everything is positive in the world of constant thoughts. Dr. Aaron Beck, the father of cognitive therapy, warns us that sometimes these thoughts can be signs of anxiety or even obsessive-compulsive disorder. It's like when you can't stop humming a catchy song, but in person form. And now, if you're thinking, help, I can't get this person out of my head, take a deep breath. Science has some answers for you. A Harvard University study suggests that when someone is constantly on your mind, it may be a sign that your brain is processing important information about that person or your relationship with them. It's as if your mind is working overtime to solve an emotional puzzle. But here's the interesting part. According to Dr. Helen Fisher, an anthropologist and love expert, if the person you can't stop thinking about is someone you're attracted to, you might be experiencing the effects of dopamine, the pleasure and reward neurotransmitter. In other words, your brain might be as addicted to this person as it is to chocolate, and that's saying a lot. However, it's not just brain chemistry. The famous psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi reminds us that sometimes thinking constantly about someone can be a form of mental flow, especially if this person inspires you or motivates you to be better. So, what to do with all this information? Well, the next time you find yourself thinking about someone non-stop, instead of getting frustrated, consider that your mind might be trying to tell you something important. Maybe it's time to reflect on your feelings, your goals, or even aspects of yourself you want to develop. Psychological fact. Number 6. Imagine this. You're in a meeting and you meet two people. One seems strong and determined, while the other is shy and reserved. Who would you consider more dangerous? If you thought of the first one, you might be mistaken. It turns out that contrary to what many believe, a person of weak character can be more dangerous than someone with a strong character. How is this possible? The answer lies in predictability and self-control. You see, someone with a strong character usually has clear goals and firm decisions, making them more predictable and in a way more reliable. They know what they want and follow a direct path. On the other hand, a person of weak character can be like a box of surprises, and not always pleasant ones. The volatility and unpredictability of someone with weak character make them less reliable. As the saying goes, beware of calm waters. These seemingly harmless people might hide more than you think. But beware, this doesn't mean you should distrust all introverted or shy people. The key is to observe behavior patterns and not be swayed by first impressions. Psychological fact number 7. Imagine you're at a gathering with friends and someone starts telling a story. You notice how some people get straight to the point, while others take so many detours that you get lost along the way. It's not a coincidence. The way we use words says a lot about our personality and, surprisingly, about our reliability. People who speak little but precisely are generally the most trustworthy. Why? Because they value the power of words and understand the weight of secrets. They're like locked safes, zealously guarding the information entrusted to them. On the other hand, those who can't stop talking, sharing every detail and secret of others, often compromise others' trust without realizing it. But wait, there's more. Did you know that your words can also be influenced by your hormones? Yes, you heard right. In the case of men, low testosterone levels can affect not only their mood, but also their way of communicating. Testosterone, the hormone we associate with muscles and virility, plays a crucial role in our emotional well-being. Recent studies have shown that when testosterone levels drop, the risk of depression increases. But don't worry, there are natural ways to combat this, and the solution might surprise you. It's in exercise. We're not talking about running marathons, but anaerobic strength exercises. Lifting weights, doing push-ups or squats not only strengthen your muscles, but also stimulate the production of testosterone and growth hormone. It's like killing two birds with one stone. You improve your physical state and your emotional well-being. And the best part, you don't need a fancy gym to start. You can do these exercises at home using just your body weight. Besides strengthening your muscles, you'll be releasing endorphins, the famous happiness hormone. It's a positive cycle. You exercise, feel better, and it reflects in your way of communicating with others. But remember, both men and women can benefit from these exercises. It's not just about increasing testosterone, but about improving your overall well-being. And when you feel good about yourself, it shows in your words and how you relate to others. So next time you're in a conversation, pay attention to your words. Are you one who speaks little but precisely, or one who shares every detail? And if you feel like you need a boost in your well-being, you know what to do. Move that body. Psychological fact. Number 8. Imagine this. You're watching a horror movie, your heart is racing, and you feel a cold sweat running down your back. Even though you know it's just a movie, your body reacts as if you were in real danger. Why does this happen? The answer lies in the fascinating way our brain processes information. It turns out that when we watch a movie, TV show, or play a video game, our brain doesn't completely distinguish between fiction and reality. Yes, you heard right. Your brain experiences the emotions of the characters as if they were your own. This phenomenon explains why you feel so emotionally involved with reality show characters, or why dramas on screen can leave you with a lump in your throat. Your brain is literally empathizing and experiencing those emotions as if they were real. But this isn't just a scientific curiosity, it has profound implications for your daily life. The emotions you experience, whether real or fictitious, directly influence your emotional state and personal vibration. It's as if every story you consume leaves a mark on your psyche. So what does this mean for you? Well, if you spend a lot of time consuming content that generates negative emotions like hatred, anger, fear, or frustration, you are aligning your vibration with these negative experiences. And here's the interesting part. This can attract more of the same into your life, creating a cycle of stress and negativity. On the other hand, if you choose content that inspires you, makes you laugh, or fills you with hope, you are nurturing your mind with positive emotions. It's like planting seeds of positivity in your mental garden. Now, we're not saying you should completely avoid all content that isn't pure joy and rainbows. The key is to be conscious and selective. Ask yourself, how do I feel after watching this show? Does this movie leave me energized or emotionally drained? To maintain an emotionally healthy and positive life, it's essential to find a balance. Limit your exposure to content that drains you emotionally, and focus on those experiences that uplift and make you feel good. Remember, the quality of your emotions directly influences the quality of your life. So the next time you sit in front of the screen, think of it as an opportunity to nourish your mind. Choose wisely what you consume, and make sure to take care of your emotional well-being. After all, your brain deserves it. It's absorbing all of this as if it were real. Don't you think it deserves the best? Psychological fact. Number 9. Have you ever noticed how your dog seems to understand your emotions better than some people? It's no coincidence. The connection between a person and their pet can be as intense as the one between parents and children. Incredible, isn't it? Well, science confirms this. Recent studies have shown that when we lose a pet, the pain can be as intense or even more so than when we lose a relative. But why does this happen? The answer lies in our brain. When we interact with our pets, our body releases oxytocin, the same hormone that is activated when we hug a loved one. This chemical bond is so powerful that it transcends language and species barriers. Psychological fact. Number 10. Have you ever felt that your thoughts have the power to shape your reality? Get ready. We're about to dive into the fascinating world of the law of attraction and the power of thoughts. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a giant magnet. Every thought you have is a signal sent to the universe, attracting similar experiences. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? But it's not magic. It's simply the way our mind works. Think about the last time you had a really bad day. Did you notice how one negative thing seemed to lead to another, until your whole day turned into a disaster? That's the law of attraction in action, but in reverse. The good news is that it also works in a positive direction. But be careful. It's not just about thinking positively and waiting for magic to happen. It's about changing your focus and being conscious of what you allow into your mind. Did you know that your brain doesn't distinguish between fantasy and reality? That's why it's crucial to be selective with the content you consume. Think of it as a diet for your mind. Just as you take care of what you eat to keep your body healthy, you should take care of what you feed your mind. This includes the movies you watch, the books you read, even the video games you play. I propose an experiment. For a week, pay attention to your thoughts and the content you consume. Do they make you feel good or drag you into negative emotional states? Write this down in a journal and observe how it affects your mood and daily experiences. So you know your thoughts are powerful. Use them wisely. Focus on what you want to achieve, visualize, write it down, and constantly work towards it. But don't forget to give your mind the breaks it needs. Psychological fact number 11. Did you know that phobias can be inherited through DNA? That's right. Your fears can be an unwanted gift from your ancestors. Studies in bio-neuroemotion have shown that certain fears can be passed down up to the 4th generation. The famous psychologist Ivan Pavlov, known for his experiments with dogs, discovered that conditioned responses could be inherited by the descendants of his study subjects. Imagine that your fear of heights could be the echo of a traumatic experience of your great-grandfather. But don't be discouraged. Remember that although our fears have deep roots, we have the ability to face and overcome them. What can we learn from all this? That we are complex beings, capable of forming deep bonds with other species, integrating technology into our perception of the world and carrying the fears of past generations. But we are also resilient, capable of understanding these connections and using them for our personal growth. Psychological fact number 12. Imagine I give you a magic pill and tell you it will cure all your pains. Surprisingly, it works. But here comes the twist. It was just a mint candy. What happened? Welcome to the placebo effect. This effect is so powerful that it has left doctors and scientists baffled for years. It's as if our brain is a magician capable of fooling itself. And no, we're not talking about self-deception, but something much more complex and fascinating. The famous neuroscientist Fabrizio Benedetti, known as the king of the placebo, has dedicated his career to unraveling this mystery. According to his studies, when we believe something will heal us, our brain releases chemicals that can alleviate pain or improve our mood. It's as if we have an internal pharmacy activated by positive thinking. The most curious thing is that the placebo effect works even when we know it is a placebo. It's as if our brain says, "Okay, I know you're tricking me, but I'll believe it anyway." A Harvard University study showed that patients with irritable bowel syndrome improved significantly, even knowing they were taking placebos. Our brain is truly amazing. However, not everything is positive in the world of placebos. There is its evil twin, the nocebo effect. It's like the dark side of the force, but in psychological version. If you believe something will harm you, you may experience negative effects, even if it is completely harmless. It's as if our negative thoughts had the power to sabotage our well-being. So what can we learn from all this? That our mind is a double-edged sword. It can be our best ally or our worst enemy. The next time you face a challenge, remember that your brain has the power to influence your reality. So why not give it a positive push? And here's a tip. The next time you have a headache, instead of running to the pharmacy, try drinking a glass of water, convinced it is the miracle cure. Who knows, you might discover that you have hidden healing powers. Or at least you'll be better hydrated, which is also good, right? 13th and final psychological fact. We have the power to completely change our lives. Finally, and in my opinion, the most important psychological fact so far. And no, I'm not exaggerating. Imagine two gardens. In one, the plants grow strong and vigorous, adapting to any climate. In the other, the plants remain the same, no matter how much you water them. Which one would you prefer to be? The good news is that you can choose. Psychologist Carol Dweck from Stanford University has spent decades studying this phenomenon and discovered that people fall into two groups, those with a fixed mindset and those with a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are innate and cannot change. If they fail, they think, "I'm not good at this." In contrast, people with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. Their motto is, "I'm not good at this yet, but I can get better." And guess what? Many famous people have adopted this growth mindset. Michael Jordan, considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school team. Instead of giving up, he used that rejection as motivation to improve. Or consider J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Her manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers before being accepted. She saw each rejection as an opportunity to refine her work. But don't worry, you don't need to be a sports star or a best-selling author to adopt a growth mindset. Here are some steps you can follow. First, embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. See them as opportunities to grow. Second, learn from your mistakes. Instead of getting discouraged, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Third, keep trying. Remember that effort is the path to mastery. Fourth, accept criticism. Use it as feedback to improve, not as a personal attack. Fifth, get inspired by others' success. Instead of feeling envious, ask yourself, what can I learn from them? Now comes the most interesting fact of all. Your brain is plastic. We're not talking about plastic surgery, but neuroplasticity. This means your brain can change and grow throughout your life. Every time you learn something new, you are literally creating new connections in your brain. So the next time you face a challenge, remember, you are not stuck in a fixed mindset. Cultivate this inner confidence and see how your world changes. In summary, we have seen that psychology reveals fascinating insights into how the human mind operates and how seemingly everyday aspects can influence our lives in profound ways. First, we discovered that we tend to underestimate our own attractiveness, with reality being that others see us as up to 20% more attractive than we perceive. This phenomenon highlights the importance of self-acceptance and internal confidence in how we present ourselves to the world. Next, we explored the power of a smile, which not only improves our emotional state by releasing beneficial neurotransmitters, but also has a contagious effect, promoting a cycle of positivity and well-being around us. Moving forward, the phenomenon of nostalgia revealed how idealized memories can influence our emotions and decisions, often leading us to value the past more than the present reality. Additionally, the psychology of clothing demonstrated how our fashion choices affect not only how we feel, but also how others perceive us, confirming the emotional and social impact of our wardrobe decisions. On the other hand, constantly thinking about someone can indicate either a deep emotional connection or signs of anxiety or obsession, depending on the context and intensity of those thoughts. The distinction between people with strong and weak character revealed that, surprisingly, individuals with weak character can be more unpredictable and therefore potentially more dangerous than those with strong character. This insight emphasizes the importance of predictability and self-control in social interactions. Moreover, the way we speak reflects our personality and reliability, and hormones like testosterone can influence our communication and overall well-being, showing the interconnectedness of mind and body. Furthermore, immersing ourselves in emotional content, whether positive or negative, can shape our reality and affect our emotional state, reinforcing the importance of carefully choosing what we consume to maintain a healthy perspective. The bond with pets was also discussed, revealing the deep emotional connections these relationships can provide, often rivaling the pain of losing loved ones. Psychology also reveals that our thoughts have the power to shape our reality through the law of attraction, where positive thoughts can attract favorable experiences, while negative thoughts can create a cycle of adversity. The ability to overcome inherited phobias, the placebo effect, and the transformative potential of the mind show that we can influence our health and well-being through our perceptions and beliefs. Finally, it was highlighted that the power to change our lives lies in our mindset, with the ability to grow and adapt being a personal choice that can define our success and happiness. In summary, these 13 psychological facts reveal the immense potential of the human mind and the importance of cultivating a positive and conscious perspective to shape a more fulfilling and balanced life. From the powerful impact of a smile to the influence of the clothes we wear, each psychological fact presented offers a new perspective on how our minds work and how we can use this knowledge to improve our lives. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and I hope these insights have been as revealing and inspiring for you as they have been for me. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to not miss any of our upcoming videos. Stay tuned for more intriguing explorations and discoveries about the fascinating universe of psychology. See you in our next video.